Hello and welcome back, friends. If you're new around here, I'm Big Gator. If you came looking for the sharpest tennis bets, you're right where you belong. I'm covering tennis, as I just said. We'll be covering the semifinals in Halle and London. Yesterday, we covered the quarterfinals. Make sure you check out the pinned comment below. For all those who are new to this channel, I place my bets in that pinned comment, as well as other resources you would like to utilize. Like if you would like to donate to the channel, giving back some money just because it's a free channel, giving out free plays. If you like wins and you feel generous and you want to just donate, it's there to do so. It's not mandatory. It's not really even asked. It's just there. So how do we do today? What did we do for today? We only had two yesterday, right? We took Medvedev money line, and we took over 22.5 games in Rune versus Baustista Agut. Good for us. Good for us. Medvedev has been looking really good out here. I didn't even catch the match until like later in the day because it was super early. But yeah, he's looking really good. I'm liking how Medvedev is looking. And what did I say about Baustista Agut, man? This dude is like not to be played with. I told you if he could win you a set, he could probably win the match. I told you that. Something about his form right now. On paper, he just was a better player. I'm not gonna lie. On paper he was a straight up better player. If you looked at the stats on him on grass, it just shows that he would have won that match. And he likes the way he plays. It fits. It fitted him winning that match against Rune. Anyway, we carry on till today. Let's try to keep a streak going. Let's continue on, right? So we can start with. We have playing first. Medvedev and Zverev. Oh wow, I'm looking forward to this one. Let me tell you, I'm looking forward to this one. So Medvedev and Zverev, if you don't know, they have played each other all too many times, if you ask me. With one exception of it being a retirement from Zverev. The record between them is 13-7. Medvedev is on a 3-match streak against him on the hard courts. The last time, this would be the first time they ever play on grass. They've always seen each other on the hard courts. That's so funny. They've been playing each other for literally 10 years and have never seen each other on the on the grass courts. Sorry. That's quite interesting. With that being the case, call me crazy. I think Medvedev wins the match. Call me crazy. But the dude is beating him so many times, and he just has this like ironclad defense. He's been having this mad ironclad defense when going against these people. He hasn't dropped a single set since he played Opelka. But I like it. I don't even want to call it certified smoke. But I think Medvedev does it on him. Zverev's been inconsistent at times. Like when you think he's supposed to be doing something all the way, he will upset you somewhere. Remember that second round loss he had to Berrettini in Monte Carlo? Granted, that was the second round. First match he had on the clay. But he lost to Cerundolo in the fourth round in Madrid. I don't think anyone saw that coming. He lost in straight sets. He lost to Musetti in straight sets on clay. Quarterfinal. He lost to Alexander Muller. Second round. Muller. I don't know, man. Like, I just something about this matchup with Medvedev beating him like 12 times across his career. I think it's safe to say that the way that Zverev plays, Medvedev has figured out. And let's look at the amount of play time they have on the grass. Slight caveat: take it with a grain of salt. I mean, these guys are both have been the top three. At one point in time, Medvedev was the number one player in the world in 2022. So like, please remember that. That was what, like, post COVID. He was the post COVID like world number one, which I don't know how much weight that holds in the true tennis community. People don't seem to talk about him being number one very often. So, all right. Well, Zverev is 35-12 this season. Medvedev is 23-12. Plays significantly less games. He did have a child earlier this year, so that took up probably a bit of his time, I would assume. I'm not going to say that outright. But Zverev has played almost three times the amount of matches that Medvedev played. Sorry, 2.5 times the amount of matches he's played on clay. But anyway, these guys are Zverev is 47-22 on the grass across his career, 68%. Medvedev is 61-27. So my question to you is, do you think, hypothetically speaking, just like math and stuff like that, put in the comments, and I'm just curious. Do you think that if this season continues and like they have to play like another 30 matches within this season, do you see Alex Zverev winning, what is this, 14 more matches and only losing 5? You think he plays 19 matches and loses 5 of them if he keeps playing on grass against people of this caliber? Not of this caliber, but periodically, right? He'll have to see someone like this every few matches. So, I would say maybe. But because of how inconsistent he can be at times, I would say fully, like, confidently no. Medvedev does have a higher win percentage, but it isn't by much. When I mean isn't by much, it's like 1.2 of a difference. 1.2% of a difference. If you want to take total games for this, I totally understand. It's just that there's been games where Medvedev has won in straight sets. Out of the last 3 times he's beaten him, and out of their last 3 head-to-heads, he's beaten him in straight sets. The last time they played each other was in Melbourne, Australian Open, and they went to a 5-setter. I like the odds. But Medvedev's plus money. Like, this is an ideal spot, I think. I think it's a good play. I'll put in the pinned comment though if it's what we're doing, for sure. I'm not going to just say outright that's what we're playing though. Want to be sure. All right. Yeah, that's my 2 cents on that one. All right, and then we have Bublik and Khachanov. What a weird matchup, huh? What a weird matchup after watching Bublik slightly explode after he was up 4-1 in the first set today against Mahaj. And then Mahaj came back and brought it to a tiebreak. He was pissed. He was pissed when he had won his fourth game. When excuse me, when Mahaj won his fourth game, Bublik was pissed. He kept throwing this up. And he was speaking a language I don't speak, so he was visibly upset at the catch up. That's what has me a bit worried about him going against Karen Khachanov. Karen Khachanov isn't a grass player. He's decent, but he doesn't spend a lot of his time on the grass courts. Now, with how hard he's serving, it can get him pretty far, but someone like Bublik, who's got a pretty good return, he might have some trouble going back and forth with this guy. If you ask me, these guys have almost identical records percentage-wise on the grass, 61 and 62. They're even smaller of a deficit. They're 67% of 0.67% apart win percentage on the grass courts. Khachanov does have a loss this season so far. Bublik does not. He's undefeated so far. He went 4-4 last season, but also the season before that he went 9-2. Bublik. His two best courts are that and indoor hard courts. It seems to be on paper. So is it for Khachanov, but he's just played significantly less matches. He's played like a little bit over 50. Maybe he's played exactly 50 actually. Yeah, he's played exactly 50 matches on the grass. Bublik's had 65. It's a decent number, but it's not a big sample size. I like, on paper, the ability for Bublik to get a set. He dropped a set. The only person he's dropped a set to in this on the grass this season is Jannik Sinner. You know how crazy that sounds? Like Bublik, the person that a lot of people do not like to bet on because he's mad streaky. I know. I've seen it. I've seen it on paper. I get it. Khachanov has what is that number? 70? About 70 more career wins over him. Win percentage is 3% lower than Khachanov's. Bublik's. So he's just a gritty player, and I really like how he adjusts to people pretty decently. Like, not honestly, he doesn't, but people seem to have to adjust to him on this court because he's the one serving hard. He's the one coming with like the crafty little plays. He's soft with the touch as well. He's pretty good on the grass. So people have been having a hard time figuring it out, and he has a pretty good response for everybody else so far. Be honest with you, we'll go with Bublik getting a set. I really think he can win the match, being as though he won it last year. Yeah. Not last year, the year before last. So. Whichever one had like everyone who he was playing against was crazy good. Yeah, he beat Yannick Sinner. He retired in the second set after he was beating him already, and then he gave up. Zverev, he beat him in straight sets, and then he beat Rublev in the final in a three setter. That was back in 2023. If that's who he's going against on the grass, honestly, like I really think he's gonna win this match. Just even though that was 2 years ago, I think that guy can beat Karen Khachanov right now. This current Bublik is in just such a good form, man. I don't know who's gonna deny how good this guy's playing. Some of these people are bet bait meant to be taken, but I'm gonna make sure we don't fall for the wrong baits here. Make sure you check out that pin comment. All right, so let's push along here. We only got 2 more matches left, right? We got Lehecka and Draper. All my UK folks, where we at? I know what y'all doing. I know what y'all doing. Y'all taking that Jack Draper money line to the bank all the way. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Jack Draper's been hooping. He has been hooping. And I'm kind of loving what he's doing right now. His win against Nakashima was pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. I knew that was going to be a tough match for him. Poor Nakashima. It is what it is. The better man won. And then he's going against Yuri Lehecka, right? And like Yuri and Draper, they've only played each other, I believe, like once before. Oh, 3 times. Okay. Jack Draper's on a 2-match win streak on the hard courts though, and indoor hard courts. Lehecka's got a 57% win rate on the grass. Jack Draper's got a 62.5. He's 25-15 across all seasons. Lehecka's 11-8. Though he's been playing really well, I think the buck probably stops here. Will he get a set? Quite possibly he could get a set. Quite possibly. But I think just the way Jack Draper's playing, you're not about to beat him, bro. He's trying to go see Carlos. If you ask me, he's trying to box with Carlos. I think that's what's going down. So, Yuri Lehecka to get a set, maybe. Jack Draper money line though. It's definitely the what it's looking like. Might be able to get him on a spread as well, maybe like a minus 1.5, maybe something like that. But I think it's going to be a long game. Hard to say. Do I think Yuri Lehecka is going to have a hard time giving up a set? I don't think he's going to have a hard time giving the set up. I think Jack Draper is going to surprisingly shock Yuri into form. And we'll have to see if Yuri's actually like snapping into the form to beat Draper or not. I think there's going to be a point in the match where like Draper's going to be winning in the first set, smacking him because he's like, I'm trying to go to the final and I'm trying to win this thing. And Yuri's like, oh shit, Jack Draper is serious. And he makes some adjustments to how he's playing because I think he's been playing the way he's been wanting to and it's just been working. Just based on how he's been winning, right? Like he beat Diallo. Everybody in this tournament. In the second set, he beats them 6-2. Fernley, Diallo, and Demonar. The second set, he just smokes him. He just starts turning up. I think it takes him a second. So I think in that second set, it's going to be some bullshit going down. I can see the first set going over 10.5 games. No bullshit. I think this bitch goes to like, well, it have to be 11 or 12. It have to be 12 at that point. So yeah, I could really see that shit, bro. I could see that shit going far. At least in one set. The first set, I would assume he fights 4 harder, but he seems to be doing the deed in that second set really strong. To be ending them all 6-2 is like, what the fuck? Is that not like crazy, or am I just like a noob or something? Like, what? Like, let me know in the comments. I don't know, but I think that's crazy. Second set 6-2 the whole time is what? Double break. Okay, so Draper money line. I guess I'll do a deeper look into the books. The game total is at 22.5. I'm not mad at that, honestly. I'm not mad at that. They go into a 3-setter that's plus 126, possibly. I think it's a bit too hard to say on that one. A bit too speculative. But I would go with Draper here. Or Yuri for a set. And then last but not least, the 2 Spaniards. The 2 Spaniards left behind with a 15-year difference. Carlos Alcaraz going against Roberto Bautista Agut. We know how this is going to end. We know. Straight sets, Alcaraz. We know. We know. So do the books. Alcaraz is minus 230 to win in straight sets. Most people to win in straight sets, if you don't bet on this often, on this specific stat, is usually plus money. Like, usually. Alcaraz hasn't even been winning in straight sets this entire tournament. Minar was the one that gave it to him. Took that set off. But Bautista Agut has been beating younger guys. Like, everyone who he's been beating is like just been. Wait, he beat a 20-year-old, a 22-year-old, and how old is Nuno? Nuno's 28. All right, well, okay. Nuno's 28. Regardless, he's beating these young cats, and he's been playing really well. Like, dude's been balling, bruh. This is the first time that him and Carlos will be seeing each other on the grass. Carlos does seem to make a bit more mistakes in that first set. They end up being like 6-4 minimally. Same with the second set. He's playing actually long matches for how good he is. The people he's playing against are definitely giving him a bit of a run for his money. Catch, I mean, that was somebody who I was like, if there's someone that's going to give him the biggest issue, it's going to be that guy. Honestly, the way that dude was playing, I couldn't bet on him, but man, that dude was playing his ass off. Kudos to Catch, man. Anyway, Alcaraz, I think straight sets is the thing to do here. What's the set spread at? Let's see how many. Beat him 6-3, 7-5. So what's that spread? Like a minus 4.5. And then he beat him 6-2 and bageled him at Indian Wells 3 years ago. That doesn't matter. And then Barcelona, where he beat him. Doesn't matter either. That was 2 years ago. Especially now that it's on the grass. And he's been playing well against young guys. The only thing is, Carlos is mad athletic. Not to say Holger Rune isn't, but Carlos is mad athletic, and the type of shots that he's going to be trying to force on this old guy he's not going to go for that. There's going to be a lot of points where he's going to be like, my body's not worth it. It's going to happen. Like, it's without a doubt in my mind. Like, watch when that first drop shot Watch that first drop shot that Alcaraz throws on Bautista Agut, and then watch the camera pan to Agut's face and see how it looks. You're gonna be like, it's gonna be a long match. It's gonna be a long fucking match. This is what he's gonna be doing. I'm telling you. I wish you can bet on how many drop shots were gonna happen in the game. Over or under 9.5. I say over. All right. The game spread is at minus 4.5. Funny enough. I don't think he beats him by that much. I think 6-4, 6-4 is the way he beats him. So, do with that as you will. Oh, wow. Sorry, I was talking super long. All right, well, I'll wrap this video up now. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. I work again. That's why this video was late, because I worked today. But I will be back for a more reasonable time to give our final picks for the final. All right, guys. You guys enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy your Friday. Be safe. Take care of each other. Have a drink. Call your parents. Tell them you love them. Do something nice on a Friday, you know? Do something you don't do often, but do something nice. I love you all. Be well. Let's keep winning. Keep the streak alive. Don't forget you can hop in the comments and say what you guys are playing. I would love to know what you guys got going on. I appreciate every one of you guys. Yeah, that's it. All right, guys. I'm Big Gator. You know the sign off got to happen on a timely mark. So I'll catch you guys in the next one, probably at around the same time my last video was. All right, guys. Take care.